Virgin seated on the lap of her mother, Saint Anne. This is one of Leonardo da Vinci's most ambitious paintings, which he started around 1500, at the same time as the Mona Lisa, and which he returned to constantly until his death in 1519, when the painting was left partly unfinished. In March 2011, the work, which was 5 centuries old, underwent intensive care. Preparations had begun 3 years earlier.
I often come into the Grand Gallery to see people's reactions to the Da Vinci paintings. People stop in front of this work, but they're really disconcerted by the state of it because it's not easy to see it properly, making it difficult to understand. People don't really understand it because, of course, nobody has such obvious spots on their face or on their clothes. It looks very strange, and people notice that rather than seeing what the painting really represents. It's as though the Virgin had been at a feast and had got grease stains on her clothes. It's horrible. I was even discussing the painting with some young art history students who thought that the spots on Saint Anne's clothes were deliberate, that they were patterns that were a little difficult to understand on the Virgin's robes. It's mind-boggling.
The marks were not part of Da Vinci's original painting of what is called the paint layer. They are in-paintings, touches of paint applied by restorers in an effort to mask all the little accidents the work has suffered over the centuries. The initial accident usually measures no more than 1 millimeter. It is covered with a small area of in-painting which is invisible when it is applied. But over the decades, the in-painting alters and ends up forming a mark, which is in turn hidden with a larger area of in-painting, which in turn alters and so on. The painting had up to 4 or 5 overlaid in-paintings, the most recent of which was 10 times larger than the original blemish. Less spectacular, but just as serious, the painting was suffering from lifting due to the contraction of the wooden panel on which the work was painted.